Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Mathematics class. Today we are going to discuss about compound interest. So before starting compound interest, first of all we try to understand the meaning of interest. What is an interest? Everybody, we know that when we take a loan from a bank charges some additional sum of money while returning the loan or clearing the debt. Along with the principal, we have to pay some additional sum of money, and that additional sum of money is known as the interest. Similarly, if we have deposited our money in the bank also provides some additional sum of money, that is the interest. So while talking about interest, there are two types of interest. There are two processes of calculating the interest. One process is known as simple interest, and another one is the compound interest. Everybody, we know that simple interest, the interest which is calculated by using the formula I is equal to P into T upon R upon 100. This is the simple interest. It is calculated at once at the end of the given time period. Throughout the time period, the principal does not change, it remains the same. Where P is the principal, we know this very well. The total sum of money deposited in the bank or amount of loan taken, and time T, duration, total duration for how long the loan is taken or the sum is deposited in the bank, and R, the rate of interest, it is expressed as percent per annum. I means interest. So the interest calculated by this formula, it is the simple interest. So mainly in today's class we focus about this compound interest. What is compound interest? How is this different than the simple interest, and how the compound interest is calculated? So first we try to understand what is compound interest. So while calculating compound interest for the certain sum of money, after certain interval of time, either 1 year or 6 months or 3 months also taken. Mainly we take the three types of interval: 1 year, 6 months and 3 months. We calculate the interest for the given principal by the formula I is equal to P into T into R upon 100, and that interest is added to the principal and the amount is formed, and that amount is made the principal for the second time period, second year. And again in the same way, the interest is calculated by using the formula P into T into R upon 100 and added to the principal, and the sum is made the principal for the next time period. And the process goes on until the total time period completed. That means if the time is given 3 years and compounding is annual, we calculate the interest 3 times. First time by taking the original principal I is equal to P into T into R upon 100. Second time taking the principal, the amount of the first time period, and third time again taking the principal as the amount of the second time period. And the process of calculating the interest and adding with the principal and forming the new principal for the next time period is known as compounding. The interest which is calculated by compounding process is known as the compound interest. But to understand this thing more clearly, we'll take the help of one example. So let us take P is equal to rupees 5,000. T time is equal to say 3 years, and the rate of interest R is equal to 10% per annum. Now we calculate the compound interest for this problem taking the compounding period of 1 year. For yearly compounding, what is the interest of first year? It is given by the formula P into T into R upon 100. So P is rupees 5,000. But T, we take the value of T1. We are calculating the interest for the first 1 year. So T is equal to 1, R is equal to 10% upon 100. So we get rupees 500. The interest of first 1 year for rupees 5,000 at the rate of 10% is rupees 500. Now what we do here is we find the sum of this interest of first year and the principal, and how much we will get the amount. This amount is made the principal for the second time period. Therefore, amount of first year is equal to rupees 5,000 plus rupees 500. So it is rupees 5,500. Now this amount will be the principal for the second year. So interest of second year again by the same formula P into T into R upon 100. So P is 5,500 this time, T is 1, R is 10 upon 100. So this time the interest is rupees 550. In the first year the interest was 500 rupees, this year the interest is 550. The interest is 50 rupees more because this year the principal increases. For the first year principal was rupees 5,000, but this time in the second year the principal is rupees 5,500. Obviously more principal, more interest. Therefore interest of the second year is 550 rupees. Again we have 1 year left because total time period is 3 years. So we complete 3 years by following the process. So for third year, amount of second year we need here, which is the principal of the third year. Amount of second year, it is 5,500 plus 550. 550. So it becomes altogether 5,500, 550, 650. Sorry, 6,050. So amount of second year is rupees 6,050, and by definition this will be the principal for the third year. So interest of third year, again by the same formula, P into T into R upon 100. Now we have P 6050, T is 1, R is 10 upon 100. So this time interest is 605 rupees. So what is the total interest of 3 years? We find the sum of the interest of the first year, second year and third year. So interest of 3 years, 3 years is equal to interest of first year. It is 500 rupees. Interest of second year, it is 550 rupees, and interest of third year 605 rupees. So altogether it becomes 500, 550, 605. So 5, 16. So 1655 rupees, 1655. Therefore, compound interest of rupees 5,000 for 3 years at the rate of 10% per annum is rupees 1655. Look here now. Therefore, compound interest of rupees 5,000 for 3 years at the rate of 10% per annum is 1655. Now, I hope this example helps you to understand what is compound interest and how the compound interest is calculated. And one more thing we have to understand is here compounding period we have taken 1 year. It can be taken as 6 months or 3 months also. If we calculate the compound interest taking the compounding period of 1 year, it is known as compound interest compounding annually. If you calculate the compound interest by taking the compounding period of 6 months, it is known as semi-annual compound interest. And if we calculate the interest by taking the time of 3 months, it is known as quarter yearly compound interest. Okay, let's see the simple interest also for this problem. Simple interest of rupees 5,000 for 3 years at the rate of 10% per annum is calculated by the formula P into T into R upon 100. So P is rupees 5,000 times T 3 years, R is equal to 10% upon 100. So here we get it is rupees 1,500 only. So we have seen that for the same principle, same rate and same time, the compound interest is more than the simple interest. Why is it so? It is very clear to understand because while calculating compound interest, after every 1 year, we have added the interest to the principal. and that amount is made the principal for the next time period, next year. That means principal increases here in the second year than from the first year. By how much? By the amount of interest of the first year. Similarly, the interest calculated in second year is added to the principal of the second year and made the amount, the principal for the next time period. So here in the second year also the principal increases by the sum of interest of that year. So as every time, for every year, the principal increases here. Obviously, more principal earns more interest. Therefore, the interest of second year is more than the interest of the first year, and interest of the third year is more than the interest of the second year. So, the total sum of interest after 3 years, it has become 1655 rupees. Whereas in case of simple interest, here we calculated the interest at a time, keeping the fixed principal 5,000. Here the principal is not increasing. We are keeping the original principal rupees 5,000. It is calculated at once. If we have calculated this year wise, what will we get? Look here. The simple interest also calculated year wise. For first year, for example, SI simple interest of first year, P into T into R upon 100. So 5,000 into 1 into 10 upon 100, we get rupees 500. Similarly, simple interest of second year, again same, P into T into R upon 100. Here principal does not change. 5,000 into 1 into 10 upon 100. So this time also interest is 500. And simple interest of third year, again same formula, P into T into R upon 100. So this time also 5,000 into 1 into 10 divided by 100 is equal to 500 rupees 500. So therefore, simple interest of 3 years, SI, simple interest of rupees 5,000 for 3 years at the rate of 10% per annum is rupees 1,500. So in this way, the compound interest and simple interest are different for the same principal, same rate and same time period. Okay, the same thing I want to explain in Nepali at once. मैं नेपाल में बुझाउने प्रयास गर्छु र सर्वप्रथम हामी ब्याज भनेको के हो ब्याजबाट सुरु गरौँ त हामी सबैलाई थाहा भएकै कुरा हो हामीले बैंकबाट ऋण लियौं भने हामीले त्यो ऋण चुक्ता गर्ने बेलामा हामीले जति पैसा ऋण लिएको हो त्यसमा केही पैसा हामीले थपेर बैंकलाई बुझाउनु पर्ने हुन्छ त्यसै गरेर हामीले बैंकमा हाम्रो पैसा जम्मा गरेको छौं डिपोजिट गरेका छौं भने पनि बैंकले हामीलाई एउटा सर्टेन कन्डिसनमा केही पैसाहरु थपेर दिइराखेको हुन्छ यसैले हामीले बैंकबाट पैसा ऋण लिए बापत अथवा हाम्रो पैसा चाहिँ बैंकमा डिपोजिट गरे बापत हामीले बैंकलाई तिर्नु पर्ने अथवा बैंकले हामीलाई दिने जुन त्यो थप पैसा छ एडिशनल अमाउन्ट अफ मनी एडिशनल सम अफ मनी त्यसलाई नै हामीहरु ब्याज भन्ने गर्दछौं र ब्याजको कुरा गर्दाखेरि ब्याज चाहिँ अहिलेसम्म दुई किसिमले निकाल्ने गरेको पाइन्छ दुई किसिमले हिसाब गर्ने गरेको पाइन्छ एउटा साधारण ब्याज जुन एउटा साधारण तरिकाले हामी निकाल्ने गर्छौं, जसलाई हामीहरू सिम्पल इन्ट्रेस्ट अथवा इन्ट्रेस्ट मात्रै पनि भन्ने गर्छौं। र अर्को चाहिँ जुन अहिले हामीले छलफल गर्यौं कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट, यसलाई नेपालीमा हामीहरू चक्रीय ब्याज, साधारण ब्याज र चक्रीय ब्याज। सिम्पल इन्ट्रेस्ट यसलाई हामीहरू साधारण ब्याज त ब्याज पनि मात्रै पनि भन्ने गरिन्छ भने कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट यसलाई नेपालीमा हामीहरू चक्रीय ब्याज भन्छौं, चक्रीय ब्याज। साधारण ब्याज भन्नाले जुन ब्याज हामी यो P I is equal to P into T into R upon 100 फर्मुला निकालेर लगाएर निकाल्ने गर्छौं, त्यो ब्याज नै साधारण ब्याज हो। र चक्रीय ब्याज कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट हिसाब गर्ने चाहिँ यसको अलिकति भिन्नै तरिका छ। र कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्दाखेरि हामीहरू एउटा निश्चित समय पछाडि, त्यो निश्चित समय भनेको 1 वर्षको पनि हुन सक्छ, 6 महिनाको पनि हुन सक्छ, 3 महिनाको पनि हुन सक्छ, कन्डिसन अनुसार निश्चित समय पछाडि हामी जुन ब्याज निकाल्छौं, यो फर्मुला I is equal to PTR upon 100, I is equal to P into T into R upon 100 फर्मुला लगाएर र त्यो ब्याजलाई लगेर चाहिँ हामी प्रिन्सिपलसँग जोड्छौं। र त्यो एमाउन्ट पहिलो वर्षको जुन एमाउन्ट बन्छ, त्यो एमाउन्टलाई चाहिँ हामीहरू दोस्रो वर्षमा लगेर प्रिन्सिपल बनाउँछौं। त्यसैगरी दोस्रो वर्षको इन्डमा आइसकेपछि यही फर्मुला लगाएर हामीहरू इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्छौं, त्यसलाई फेरि त्यही वर्षको प्रिन्सिपलसँग जोड्छौं र एमाउन्टलाई लगेर अर्को वर्षको प्रिन्सिपल बनाउँछौं। र यो प्रक्रिया चाहिँ हाम्रो यो टोटल टाइम पिरियड नसकिन्जेलसम्म कन्टिन्यू रहन्छ। अब टाइम पिरियड हाम्रो टोटल टाइम पिरियड 3 वर्षको, अघि मैले जुन देखाएको इक्जाम्पल थियो त्यसमा टाइम पिरियड चाहिँ 3 वर्ष थियो र हामीले एक वर्षको लागि कम्पाउन्डिङ गर्दै जाँदाखेरि 3 पटकसम्म हामीले ब्याज निकाल्न सम्भव भएको थियो। त्यसै गरेर टोटल टाइम चाहिँ हामीले 4 वर्षको दिएको छ र हामीले इयरली कम्पाउन्डिङ प्रोसेसबाट कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट निकालिरहेका छौं भने 4 पटकसम्म हामीले इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ। पहिलो वर्ष जुन दिएको प्रिन्सिपलमा, दोस्रो वर्ष पहिलो वर्षको एमाउन्टमा, तेस्रो वर्ष दोस्रो वर्ष एमाउन्टमा, अनि चौथो वर्ष तेस्रो वर्षको एमाउन्टमा यसरी निकाल्दै जान्छ। यसैगरी 5 वर्ष 6 वर्ष जति हामीलाई चाहिँ समय दिएको छ त्यही अनुसार हामीहरू चाहिँ कम्पाउन्डिङ गर्दै त्यति नै पटक चाहिँ इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्दै र अन्तमा गएर हामीले कति वर्षको इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्यौं त्यो सबैलाई एकै ठाउँमा राखेर त्यसको सम योगफल निकाल्यौं भने त्यो नै के हुन्छ त दिएको टाइम पिरियडको चाहिँ चक्रीय ब्याज अथवा कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट हुन्छ। र अहिलेको हाम्रो यो त भयो इयरली कम्पाउन्डिङमा। अब हामीले चाहिँ हाफ इयरली कम्पाउन्डिङ गरेको छौं भने 6 महिनामा हामीले कम्पाउन्डिङ गरेका छौं भने के हुन्छ त भन्नाले आफ्टर एभ्री 6 मन्थ हामी चाहिँ इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्दै प्रिन्सिपलमा जोड्दै, इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्दै प्रिन्सिपलमा जोड्दै नयाँ प्रिन्सिपल बनाउँदै हैन, त्यसबाट चाहिँ फेरि अर्को टाइम पिरियडको लागि अहिले जस्तो चाहिँ इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्दै र अब कति पटक हो चाहिँ अब हामीले कम्पाउन्डिङ गर्छ। जस्तो अब अहिलेकै क्वेसनमा इयरली कम्पाउन्डिङ हुँदाखेरि हामीले 3 पटकसम्म ब्याज निकालेको थियौं, तर त्यो चाहिँ हाफ इयरली कम्पाउन्डिङ भयो भने हामीले 6 पटक निकाल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ, किनभने 3 इयर्स भनेको 6 हाफ इयर्स हुन्छ। 6 महिना बराबरको 1 हाफ इयर, त्यसरी 3 वर्ष भनेको 6 वटा चाहिँ हाफ इयर भयो, अर्ध आधी वर्ष, र हामीले 6 पटकसम्म इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्नु पर्ने हुन्छ। त्यस्तै गरेर क्वार्टर इयरली छ भने के होला त हामीले एकै पटकमा चाहिँ एकै वर्षमा चाहिँ 4 पटक इन्ट्रेस्ट निकाल्दै प्रिन्सिपलमा जोड्दै, यो धेरै झन्झटिलो प्रक्रिया हुन्छ। तर पनि हामी अर्को क्लासमा योसँग रिलेटेड फर्मुलाहरू सबै डिराइभ गरेर त्यो फर्मुलाहरू चाहिँ प्रयोग गरेर कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट, कम्पाउन्ड एमाउन्ट निकाल्ने चाहिँ प्रयास गर्नेछौँ। अहिले हामीले फर्मुला डिराइभ नगरिकन एउटा कन्सेप्ट मात्रै दिने प्रयास मैले गरेको छु, किन हामीले फर्मुला प्रयोग गर्ने बित्तिकै यो हामीले यो प्रक्रिया यो कन्सेप्ट केही पनि बुझ्दैनौँ, सिधै एन्सर निकाल्ने मात्रै प्रक्रियामा हामी गइसकेका हुन्छौँ। फर्मुलामा भ्यालुहरू राख्यो, सिम्प्लिफाई गर्यो, एन्सर निकाल्यो। र त्यसबाट हामीले कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट के हो, सिम्पल इन्ट्रेस्ट के हो, कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट सिम्पल इन्ट्रेस्टमा के भिन्नता छ, किन चाहिँ कम्पाउन्ड इन्ट्रेस्ट सिम्पल इन्ट्रेस्ट भन्दा चाहिँ धेरै हुन्छ, यी सबै कुराहरू थाहा पाउनको लागि चाहिँ हामीले फर्मुला प्रयोग नगरिकन केही साधारण क्वेसनहरूको चाहिँ कम्पाउन्ड रेट निकाल्ने प्रयास गर्नु आवश्यक हुन्छ।